Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine returns to the circuit Paul Ricard this weekend, and with loads on people's shoulders here, loads of pressure, loads of practically everything in this one, and this race is about to bring everything here at Paul Ricard. In qualifying a bit early on today, we saw rain, sunshine, and a bit more, but it was in the end Freddie Slater who took pole position here today. The Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine Race 1 returns to Paul Ricard Circuit France here this week, and let's just say it is probably one of the most difficult, or second most difficult circuit the Formula Regional European Championship Alpine will go to this week. And now the reason why I am recording this is because Twitch is not deciding to be my friend today and is not deciding to stream. So yeah, it's a little bit of a bad situation I'm in right now. But yeah, everything is not going my way here, as this is Rashid Al-Dahiri. He did have a crash early on today in qualifying. Let's take it down now to the
pit lane. Are we seeing further issues for the Mercedes back driver? It appears so. He's climbed out of the car, and I fear he's going to go no further today. It looks like he may not take the start. So he's climbed out of the car. That's a real shame. Rashid Al-Dahiri was due to start P16. Despite the fact that he did have a slow puncture, he managed to qualify 8th in his group. It was a good effort from him, but it looks like he's going to be out of the race, which will leave an empty grid slot alongside Ricky Liu. Well, welcome everyone. It's, in terms of the championship, in a real head-to-head between Slater and De Paolo, who are split by 4 points. And we swap them around in terms of championship position on the front row. Akshay Bora is going to be on row 2 alongside Michael Belov, who was on the podium here back in our first season. Then Pedro Claro, who's only done 2 laps of practice. He's alongside Taito Kato, a PB for him. Hiyu Yamakoshi and Evan Gilter, French driver next. Nikita Bedrin and Jin Nakamura in the top 10 next along. Kanato Lee was on the podium here last year alongside Enzo Deligny. Very unusual to see him out at the top 10, but one to watch for RSGP. Ye Reha is going to be on row 7 with Jack Beaton, and then Ricky Liu looks like he's going to be on his own on row 8 now. Nanda Vidbinimbakti alongside Giovanni Maschio on row 9. Let's see what they can do from there. Dion Gauda has been the driver leading the rookie championship so far and leading the rookies in qualifying ahead of Tim Gerhardt's returning, then Dorian Pan, Edu Robinson, Edward Bordner, and a returning Artur Agata as well on home soil. And then completing the grid behind that, we have Ian Eichmann's Zach David, who crashed quite spectacularly in qualifying coming into turn 8, and he's going to go off P26 with Yaroslav Veselau alongside. Zach David took a spin coming into turn 8, went into the barriers, and that brought out a red flag, which then led to essentially 3 minutes to go after that, and it was a one-lap.
It was quite an epic end to that qualifying session that we saw for Group A in qualifying. There, the sad news that we will not be seeing Rashid Al-Dahiri in this race, but we will be seeing a bit of a mixed up grid here. Apparently they're going off championship order this race. Matteo De Paolo has been saved. He was meant to start P13 for this race. How the flip did he end up P2? I'm not completely sure. But Matteo De Paolo will be starting P2 alongside his championship rival, as they will run down into turn number 1. It's going to be up against Freddie Slater and Rashid Al-Dahiri into turn number 1. That is going to be the battle to watch out for here, as you make your run into turn 1 here. The battle to watch out for: Rashid Al-Dahiri up against Freddie Slater into T1.
If you're new to it, they become available after the first lap. They can use that whenever they like. We don't really know when they're using it, which is The good part of it, really, it adds an element of strategy because the teams and the drivers are in the same position as we are in terms of they don't know when each other are using it. F1 style points, so points to your top 10, none for pole, none for fastest lap, so that's the points format for you. In terms of championship, it's Matteo De Paolo 4 points ahead of Freddie Slater, and then in chase, just over 30 back are Deligny, Claro and Jotter. Oh dear, we did see a Santalot car struggling. That's Nikita Bedrin. If he's to take part, he'll be going from the pit lane, and that is really unfortunate for Bedrin, recently out at Berlin in the Formula E rookie test. So would have been feeling really confident coming into this round.
He did take part in the Formula E rookie test a few weeks ago. He also did take... That's his third DNF this season, by the way. Actually, yeah, third DNF, because he DNF'd in both race 1 and race 2, and in qualifying as well. So Nikita Bedrin possibly won't be taking part in this race. Most likely he won't be taking part in this one. But the formation lap is underway as we look on board here with Jack Beaton. Here, Jack Beaton, who'll be starting P13 in this race. He's been wanting to score more points this season than what he has in the recent past. The recent past point scoring for him the point scoring has not looked the best recently for Jack Beaton. It's been a bit on and off, but hoping he can possibly get a good start here as we look on board with the Australian. It's currently 8:50 over here in Australia. Not 9 PM at the time of recording this, so quite late compared to what it is at the moment in France. And of course I'm recording this live, which I'll be uploading this as soon as I'm done recording this. Here, because I want to try and get it out to you guys as soon as possible, because I'm not live streaming this like I normally would be, but I'm going to be trying to record as many of these as possible, uploading them to you guys along with Italian F4. So a bit of recording to do through the next couple of days if Twitch does not decide to work with me. It has been it's been a bit tricky. There's no doubt about that, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Formula 1 when it comes to it, if of course I do get unbanned on Friday, like I'm expecting to, if I'm expecting to get unbanned on Friday on YouTube. So, if that doesn't happen, then we might be in a bit of trouble for Formula 1, which they're at Spa next week, so it's going to get quite interesting indeed. Sorry for the loud noises outside. My parent and my family and that are watching a movie, so apologies for the loud noises, but we will get this race underway. Here, the lights are going to come on. As to when they come on is going to be the question. There you go, there's the lights. And the green flag waves at the back of the grid. It's 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. It's 30 minutes plus 1 lap, and Freddie Slater slots into P1 over Matteo De Paolo. Good start. Akshay Boy in P3. De Paolo to the outsides. Freddie Slater covers. Good start. They all get through, and it's quite smooth between the top two. The two championship rivals get away quite nicely. Akshay Boy covering to the inside. Sorry, to the outside, is Akshay Boy. I'm going to try and get the live timing up here, but so far so good. It's Freddie Slater, Matteo De Paolo, Akshay Boy, Michael Belov, Akshay Boy, Taito Kato, Akshay Boy, Michael Belov, Taito Kato, Hideo Makoshi, Pedro Claro, Kinako Roberta, Enzo Deligny, and Evan Gilter. So far so good here for some of the top running cars, especially being Freddie Slater. Give me a second, I'm going to pull up the live timing.
Pit lane, there might be Vesselau, his teammate as well, who is struggling at the start, but otherwise we are all through, making our way round as Slater leads us on this first lap. De Paolo is second, then it is Belov, Kato, Bora, Clero, Yamakoshi round the outside. There goes the number 5 of Ricky Liu. That was brave stuff from Ricky Liu there, going by Kanato Lee. Is he going to be able to hold it? He's going to leave the door open, and that's going to be Kanato Lee straight back through for P11, fighting just outside the points. Here's Enzo Deligny in the 23, looking to the outside of Jin Nakamura. That's a fight for P9. In they come to shot now, and it's Deligny looking to the outside of Jin Nakamura. The two teammates fighting away. There is Edward Bordner, home race for him as the crowd watches on here, hoping for good results for French drivers, which they've always had here out front. Slater doing a great job to just settle things down. Belov is the one under pressure. Oh, that's ambitious from Jin Nakamura. Managed to leave enough space in the end. Deligny strove very well there to recognise the...
But Freddie Slater still leads this race here. Over Mattia DePaulo, Toto Kato, Akshay Bora, Michael Belov, Pedro Claro, Hiya Makoshi, Evan Julter, Enzo Deligny, and King Nakamura in P10. It's down the inside there from the number 74 racing driver who looked up the inside, and I think that was Ekman's up the inside there and pulling that move. I think it was on David as Akshay Bora tries to pull out and tries to look for a move on Taito Kato. There, that didn't happen though. It's less than 1 second separating, and there's a bit of front wing damage there from Ekmans. Ekmans is possibly, well, he will be coming into the pits here as it's side by side between Michael Belov and Taito Kato. Into turn 10 they go, and into turn 11 they still run side by side on the exit. Who's going to prevail? It is going to be Taito Kato. He moves up into P3, but he's now vulnerable to Akshay Bora as well, who will look for the switchback. Not going to happen. Michael Belov, sorry, it's Taito Kato who keeps that position. He moves up to P3. And then it's Michael Belov, Akshay Bora, Pedro Claro in P6. So a good start here from Freddie Slater. We have a track temperature of, and there you go, so incident involving 74 and 28, turn 7. Note is noted, so there you go. So that is between two drivers there. Track temperature of nearly 40 degrees heading into this race. So it is quite cool. It's quite hot out there on the track. 1:59.1, the time there from Freddie Slater, the fastest lap of the race. 1.3 seconds back to Taito Kato, Michael Belov. And Taito Kato and Akshay Bora. This is Taito's best race so far. Freddie Slater, he set that fastest lap 2 laps ago. Last time around, it was a 59.2. Matteo DePaulo did a 59.0. He's flying at the moment, is Matteo DePaulo. He has put the guns on Akshay Bora. There, up the inside on Pedro Claro. I think he got that move done. So that was Claro on Belov. And you can see now the two championship rivals, they've closed up to each other. Freddie Slater versus Matteo DePaulo. Half a second between those two. Yeah, Pedro Claro and Pedro Claro and Michael Belov, P5 and P6. Belov P5, Claro P6. They're closing in on each other. Now, this battle between 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and down to 10th even, is quite long, this battle pack here. And of course I apologize to everybody that I promised that I was going to stream. Twitch is being a big butthead to me, and then they're not being very kind. So sorry to those people that were, oh, that was big moving around there from what looked to be Pedro Claro as Michael Bello tried to cover. So let's see Yamakoshi Matteo Di Paolo just took the fastest lap of the race, and that was the last time around. Guess who now has the fastest lap? It's Freddie Slater. They're swapping fastest laps. They're side by side. Hiyu Yamakoshi and Evan Julter. And that's Evan Julter off the road. Then nearly made contact with King Nakamura, who was just sitting in front of him. King Nakamura, of course, came. I think that was King Nakamura. That was Enzo Deligny, sorry, who was off the road. And he's now just in behind King Nakamura. He's just in front of King Nakamura. Nakamura, of course, came second last time out in Italian F4 last season. This time around, Freddie Slater, though, 58.7, 58.9. The two race leaders are smashing times out. A 58.8 from Taito Kato, so he's on pace. Only a tenth off what we've seen so far from Freddie Slater. So Freddie seeming awfully quick, and so is Taito Kato. So both of them looking quite quick, as that is Kanato Lei and Nakamura again going at it up the inside. Starts with Enzo Deligny up the inside of Evan Julter, the two teammates. So Deligny, I think, got that move done. He did, according to my live timing here. Saying that this is... Oh, yes, this is nearly 3 minutes off. Oh, my God. I've been commentating this 3 minutes off the whole time. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I've been commentating this 3 minutes off the whole time. God damn. Akshay Bora has just taken the fastest lap of the race. No wonder it was so far behind. Akshay Bora, though, 1:58.710. That fastest time from number 31. There, but Taito Kato, he's very much pulling his pace and pulling Akshay Bora, Pedro Claro, and Hiyu Yamakoshi along. 58.7 the time there from Freddie Slater last time around. We have gone 12 minutes into this race so far without a safety car. Of course, last time we got about 20 minutes in without a safety car. So hopefully we can do that again. Without, of course, getting any safety car interruptions. Hopefully we don't, of course, because that would not be good, as I'm just looking here at some of the timings. So there you go, lap 1, car 45 will be investigated after the race. So a few incidents there being investigated, but Freddie Slater has now just reset the fastest lap of the race. He's down at 1:58.526 this time around. He's pulled 1 second to Matteo Di Paolo on this lap. Heading on to lap 6 here. Pulled about a 1 second margin. He's done that quite nicely as well. Taito Kato pulling away as well from Akshay Bora, about 0.7 that margin. So the field now just starting to spread out a little bit and starting to get into a rhythm in this race. Normally you don't see a rhythm in the Formula Regional European Championship, by our opinion. You're normally getting a lot of action thrown at you one at a time. Last few races we have had that. Freddie Slater on to go for possibly 4 wins in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. His record, 4 wins in a row. Not in a row, but his 4th win in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Possibly go on to make that 10 or even 8 if he wins the rest of the races this season, because we've had 2 others, and that's gone to Matteo Di Paolo. Of course, we have 5 rounds in. He's won 3. Matteo Di Paolo's won 2. Nobody else has won a race so far this season except those 2. And their first and second moment, 1:58.526, which is the one we've just seen. He's actually improved to that. And my timing is not timing. The timing is just not timing. But Freddie Slater, though, 1.2 seconds, that margin. Taito Kato in P3. See Rashad Harry just up in front. And then Freddie Slater, who's leading this race, We've gone 15 minutes without a safety car, ladies and gents. This is a new record. No, it probably isn't, but it's the furthest we've gone all season. We've gone 15 minutes without a safety car. It is absolutely amazing. We're loving it here as we support the International GT Open. I am very much going to watch that when I get the chance tomorrow, because it's always good here at Paul Ricard. 1.5 seconds that margin. Freddie Slater to Matteo De Paolo. Taito Kato P3 in this one. The top three spread out quite evenly. The top, and then Akshay Bora in P4, who's trying to keep up and in the process, pulling away from Pedro Claro. And here, oh my gosh, Evan Juter, Enzo Deligny, Kina Alberta, Mike Belov. I'm just going to see if there's any real tight margins going on out there. There's not really. Not really seeing any tight margins here. So the track temperature has dropped 0.4 degrees, so possibly expecting the track to improve just a little bit here. This time around, Matteo De Paolo was nearly 1.3 seconds faster. Matteo De Paolo might have a problem. He's nearly 2 seconds faster that lap. He was 2 seconds slower that lap than Taito Kato. Freddie Slater's flying. He's done a 58.5. Last time around, he done a 58.5. He's just done a 58.3 there from Freddie Slater. He's 8/10 slower. Matteo De Paolo. He's done a 59.1 this time around from Matteo De Paolo. So there's a bit of a pace differential going on here. Our live timing here is about 20 seconds ahead of the live stream, which is it's a little bit annoying. It's just a little bit annoying, but what can you do? As we take a look at replay here of Jack Beaton looking up inside of Michael Belov. It's around the outside. He got squeezed wide, and that was never going to work. We have 17 minutes in, ladies and gents. We have not gone a safety car. 158.391 that time around from Freddie Slater. I think that was the lap around that he did the fastest lap then. 2.5 seconds. What a shocker if there was a safety car right about now. I'm bringing the commentator's curse here because that would be shocking. It would be absolutely shocking for Freddie Slater because it's 2.5 seconds, the biggest margin he's probably had against Matteo De Paolo so far this season. I don't think De Paolo has the pace. Unless he's used too much of that tyre, that Pirelli tyre. It is quite possible he's used too much of that because he's dropped the pace rapidly. He's 58.3 last time around. I'm going to check the live tracking to see where the leaders are. So the leaders are about to lap a few cars here, and they're running through. Yeah, so they're running through the back part of the circuit now. So no, it hasn't really caught up. It's still 20 seconds behind. But when I see the laps regroup here, I'll be able to tell you the lap time. And that time around, he's just improved it again. He's nearly gone a second faster than Matteo De Paolo that time. It's a 58.223. Freddie Slater's flying. He is absolutely flying. The margin 3 seconds now. 1.3 back to Taito Kato. I think Matteo De Paolo has just enough pace to hold off. Just enough pace. Matteo De Paolo to hold off Taito Kato in P3, but Freddie Slater's just too quick. By the way, we've beaten the record for the longest time without a safety car in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. This is the longest time we've gone now. 8/10 slower that time, Matteo De Paolo. We have seen some very shocking losses. I think it was that in the Italian F4 Championship? Was that? No, I don't think it was. But I think it was Nikita Bedrin last time. Oh, no, it might have been Freddie Slater. I think Freddie Slater lost the race last time out to Matteo De Paolo. I can't completely remember it, but it was quite an epic race in race 2 when we last went racing for Freca. It was quite an epic race indeed here. But we're just focusing on this top battle at the moment. 3.2 seconds, the margin. Just now increased to 3.4. Freddie Slater is so unbelievably rapid. It's insane. 10 minutes, 10.5 minutes to go. Plus 1 lap. Could we go the whole race without a safety car? That would be quite an epic feat for this category here. It would be quite cool to see that happen, but we just gotta make sure that nobody goes off the road here. As Freddie Slater, 3.6 seconds. He's pulling 2/10. 2/10 every 2 or 3 corners. He's now pulled it to 3.7. So he's too rapid. This young kid, Freddie Slater, the American sensation, is just sensational. That's all I can say. He's just done a 58.6. He's doing 58.6s consistently. He's dropped off the pace just a little bit. He's dropped off by nearly half a second, but he's still doing 58.6s. Matteo Topalo's done a 59.1. Taito Kato's done a 59.0. The margin's still 1 second between Matteo Topalo and Taito Kato. And then in behind, Akshay Pora, 59.4. So that's 8/10 slower than usual there. So, yeah. Slater's now casually just doing 58s consistently at this point. That's practically what he's doing. It really doesn't matter because it's just a matter of him just punching laps out. 9 minutes to go in this one. 9 minutes plus 1 lap. Track temperature 38 degrees. So the track temperature's dropping. We're going to probably see some better lap times here. If we don't see a better lap time from Matteo Topalo, sooner or later we might just see that margin that we're seeing right now. 4 seconds. 4 seconds, ladies and gents. 4 seconds, Freddie Slater to Matteo Topalo. Of course, there is push to pass. Has Matteo Topalo used all these push to passes? I've actually forgotten about that. Has Matteo Topalo used his push to passes? That is quite possible. Quite possible indeed that maybe he's used all his push to passes here. 58.667 from Freddie Slater. Of course, last time around, I think I said that. So, the margin, 4.3 seconds. He's just increasing it little by little, lap by lap. As we drop further back down the grid, the crowds are building here for the GT European Open and the International GT Open as well. That time around 58.667, 59.337. So he's just cruising now. Freddie Slater is in cruise control mode. Here we're expecting around about 15, 16 laps out of this race, BTW. So if we can get all 15, 16 laps, that would be also a good feat. Here. On track next here, we have the Euro Formula Open on track after this for race 1, and then followed by the GT Cup Europe as well. But Freddie Slater, he's cruising up to this point. 6 minutes to go. 58.667. 4.4 seconds, the margin. There's not that many battles going on further back down the grids. There is just this one battle. Just this one battle. And it's between Evan Jotair, Enzo Deligny, and Kin Nakamura. That battle. There as cars moving out. And that is Jack Beaton looking around the outside. That was the brave Aussie. Maybe getting a bit too brave. Sorry, that wasn't Jack Beaton. That was the number 28 car. That was Dorian Pan. Getting a little bit brave around the outside of Biren Bhakti there. Possibly getting a little bit too brave, even. So now, with 6.5 minutes to go, people are starting to light up a little bit here. They're starting to think, maybe I should start pulling passes here or passes here. This is Enzo Deligny on screen out with, at the moment, he is being pressured by Evan Julter. Evan Julter, sorry, being pressured by Enzo Deligny, who's just behind him. Can Julter hold this off? The push to pass is going to be starting to be used. Julter's going to have to hold this off here. He's in the number 95. You're going to also pull up live timing as well. Julter covers. Deligny doesn't make a bit of contact, but he's going to go around the outside of Tom and he's going to cut the chicane. And I think Deligny's going to take that, but he's going to have to get the position back. Deligny on Julter. Julter's lost 2 spots. Nakamura-Bertha's gained a position, but Julter's going to have to think about giving the position back on Deligny as Deligny tries to look inside, outside on King Nakamura-Bertha. He's now going to go to the inside. Not going to happen. Nakamura-Bertha has the inside run for the next corner through the many chicanes that there is. As we're going to take a replay of this. You can see there, Deligny just pushed Julter wide. They nearly made contact. As Deligny comes back onto the circuits. But he gained an advantage out of that, which is not exactly something you want to be looking for. 58.7 that last lap around there from Freddie Slater as well. I did see a 58.6. But Matteo Di Paolo has done a 58.2. So Freddie Slater, he's going to increase this championship. He's going to decrease the championship lead down to 3 points between Freddie Slater and Matteo Di Paolo. We're only at the halfway point of the season. Still 5 rounds to go. Out of a 10-round season, so still plenty to go by. 58.8 that lap around there from Freddie Slater. As we go into lap 13, here it is absolutely, they're flying. Let's just say that much. They're flying. So yeah, that's what Freddie Slater's doing right now. He is flying, and at this point, he's unstoppable. Unstoppable Freddie, I like to call him. He's the American sensation. He won Italian F4. He's on to win the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. If he does this, he'll go straight to Formula 3. Not many people have come here in their first year and just dominated. This is what Freddie Slater's done. 5.2 seconds now. He's just unstoppable. 5.4. Every time I look at the timing screen, it goes up. It's 5.5 now. Every time I look, it goes up. How is he able to keep the rubber on those tyres alive? How? It's unknown. Take a look at this replay again. Enzo Deligny and Evan Julter side by side, the two friends, making a better contact. A biff and barge, maybe even. And that is Evan Julter running a bit wide and bottoming out over the... Fun fact, by the way, the red stuff has more grip than what the blue stuff does. So move a bit further over to the left and you might find a bit more grip than what the blue painted lines do. Fun fact. Thanks to the European Le Mans series as well for telling me that. That was good information as well. Didn't even know that Freca was coming to race here, so I guess it's cool. 2.5 minutes to go. We've beaten the record for so far this season for no safety cars. Freddie Slater, he's just so concentrated. There's no stopping. There's no overstopping Freddie Slater. There is very much no stopping him. Not at this point. 5.6 seconds to go. We're gonna go with 2 laps to go. 16 laps of this race. We've got 2 laps to go. Track temperature's dropped 38.2. Air temperature 28.7. Humidity 40%. At the moment, at the track, it's 23 degrees. Air temperature 28 degrees. It's quite hot over there in France. It's just about windy up to this point. So we're looking in a pretty good position for Freddie Slater. At 58.4, he's still 2/10 off the fastest lap of the race, but he's averaging really good times here. 6.3 seconds, that margin. Freddie Slater to Matteo Di Paolo. This is just domination from Freddie. Fast Freddie indeed. That's, well, at least what I like to call him. On screen here with Pedro Claro. I'm trying to set up an attack on Akshay Bora. He's got 2 more laps to do it. Can Taito Kato possibly close into Matteo Di Paolo? I don't think he's close enough 58.4 this time around from Freddie. The margin, 6.5 seconds. Wow. Can he extend it in any more? Can we get 7 seconds in this race? Can we get 7 seconds? It's also quite strange how he can drop off this much pace. So there you go. Instead of between carts, not cart, whatever carts in my head. Instead of between car 23 and 95, so that's Evan Joutair and Enzo Deligny. By the way, Enzo Deligny has just passed Kimak Roberta. So there might be a penalty, possibly a 5-second penalty for Enzo Deligny for those moves there. But Toto Kato closing in. This will be, I'm going to guess, the second final lap of this race. So we're at 17 laps in. This is going to be quite epic indeed. 6.6 seconds, the margin. I'm going to look here at the tracking and see if Freddie is actually closing up on any lap traffic. I don't think he is. No, he's not going to close up to anyone. Not to this point, at least. Not at this point. I'm not going to close up to any lap traffic. Here, we have gone second final lap of this race. Next time around, it'll be the final lap. And for Freddie Slater, I don't think he has anything to worry about. He's dropped the pace, 58.5. DeParlo, still 7 tenths slower, 59.2. He's dropped the pace, and I think he's used most of his push to passes. He would have saved one just in case something happens. You would think he would have saved one just in case something happened. But of course, they do have the power to use those if they really wanted to in this race. But Freddie Slater, he'll be hoping he sees the last lap boards this time around. I reckon he could probably do another 30 minutes in this race because that car looks so stable. We saw a replay a little bit earlier on, just how stable that car looked through the corners, through the straights. And he topped Collective Test 2 earlier today, or even on Friday. On Friday at practice, he topped Collective Test 2. Matteo DiPaolo topped Collective... Enzo Deligny topped Collective Test 1. And there was 57 twos being shown in Collective Test 2. So, still 1.4 seconds off, but the track temperature's dropped, 38.3. It's actually gone up 0.1 of a degree since I last checked. But Freddie Slater starts the final lap of the race. Lap 16. He's done a 58.69. DeParlo's done a 59.3. No matter how much pace Freddie Slater drops, he could probably drop to a 58.9 and Matteo DeParlo would drop to a 59.7. Freddie's just too quick. No wonder he's called Fast Freddy in this universe, because he's just so unbelievably quick. So unbelievably quick. And I've actually enjoyed commentating this race. It was quite good. Quite good indeed. But we've gone the whole race without a safety car. That is good. We love to see that. And I can tell you this much. We're not going to beat that record, because the races are only 30 minutes. And we've gone 30 minutes. Freddie Slater, the Prema Racing driver, the American sensation, the British sensation, the American sensation, whatever you'd like to call him, is the Prema sensation. I tell you this much, Prema will be quite happy with this performance here that Freddie Slater's put on today. Pulling 7.6 seconds, and I think he probably would have planned this in his head. He would have used probably, I guess they've got 4 or 5 push to pass to use throughout the race. So he probably would have used a few of them, try and pull away. And now he's just cruise control mode. He's not doing anything major. The track temperature moved up 0.3 of a degree. We're not expecting anything big. Final corner now, rounds for Freddie Slater. A round of applause. It's nearly 8 seconds, that margin. Freddie Slater wins race 1 for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. He wins. Freddie Slater. It's not going to be the last time I'm going to say that this weekend. But Freddie wins. Jack Beaton scores more points. He's up in P10. So Beaton, you'll be quite happy with that performance there. But Freddie Slater wins here for the form. Oh, a bit of side-to-side contact. Oh, and that was the number 10. That was Ricky Liu and Nikita Bedrin. As they all, Dorian Pan just in behind that. They run 2x2 to the line. I'm not sure who actually ended well in that. I think it was Nikita Bedrin, Ricky Liu 13th, Bedrin 14th, Biren Bakti 15th, Dion Gowda 16th, Dorian Pan 17th. And 7 seconds back was David. Not a good race, but that's completely opposite for Freddie Slater. He won for the Formula Regional European Championship RP by nearly 8 whole seconds. Also, actually, confirmation, 7.917 seconds, that margin. Freddie Slater, you deserve that win. If you pull those results every race, you deserve that. You deserve that win indeed. I'm going to try and stream race 2. Try and stream race 2. But we still, of course, that's not the only action you're going to see today. We've got Italian F4, so still plenty more to come. Freddie Slater, Matteo De Paolo, your top 2. Taito Kato, Akshay Bora, Pedro Clara, Hugh McCarthy, Enzo Deligny, Gianluca Roberta, Evan Julter, Jack Beaton, Michael Belov, Giovanni Mascio, Ricky Liu, Nikita Bedrin, and Nandov Biren Bakti, the Trident driver. But Prema Racing will be scoring some big points. Jack Beaton has just put Prema Racing. They've just scored themselves 27 points. Prema Racing, absolutely amazing. Venom Sport Racing as well keeps in that battle with Pedro Clara and Hiyu Yamakoshi scoring both points there for Venom Sport. Dion Gowda, Dorian Pan, Zachary David, Edouard Borna, Tim Gerhardt, Edu Robertson, Ian Ekmans, Ri Yang Hai in P23, Kanato Lei, Arthur Elgreda, Rashad Tahiri, who sadly did not start this race, and Yaroslav Vesler, who did not make it off the line, and neither did Kanato Lei, so a few people not making it off the line, off that formation lap, which is quite disappointing to see. But Freddie Slater will come to Parc Ferme. He will celebrate. We're going to also celebrate with the Etchi Sport commentators.
Our winner, Freddie Slater, following in the footsteps of the likes of Andrea Kimi Antonelli as a winner here. Rafa Kamara, it's 4 in a row, should I say, for Prema Racing. They won with Paul Aron, with Kimi Antonelli, with Rafa Kamara, and now it'll be Freddie Slater, win number 4, makes it 4 in a row for the Prema Racing team here at Paul Ricard. And cool as you like, jumps out of the car. He knows he's only halfway there this weekend and this season, but that is job done for Freddie Slater in race 1. And he'll go over to congratulate the Prema Racing team. Matteo De Paolo, 2nd place. Dealt with a lot in qualifying, pulled out a great last lap to put himself in that position, and well, I think he'll take the points from that one. He was best after what was just a really good performance, and sometimes if you can't be over the line first, you just got to go and most you can from a race, and Matteo De Paolo certainly did that, held off any challenges from behind from Taito Kato, so I think he'll be pleased with his efforts there. And Taito, well done. A podium for him as well, and a circuit and a country he's very familiar with. Does run under a French licence. And Taito Kato, French F4 champion, so I'm sure he'll be very pleased with that one. There he is. Well done, Taito Kato. That's really good stuff from the Honda back driver. He'll be really pleased with that one.
Indeed, Taito Kato, he tried to pull in Matteo De Paulo, but it just wasn't enough. Freddie Slater, as we take a look at the highlights, Freddie Slater, he actually got a pretty good jump offline, covered off Matteo De Paulo, and the battles continued back further down the grid. We did not get a safety car, which is the big talking point in this race. No safety car, extra fun in this race, and people were allowed to battle. We did get a bit of contact. There's a few incidents that are going to be resolved after this race. I'm actually going to note those out for people that are wondering here. So messages, we have got cars 23 and 95 will be investigated after the race, cars 99 and 45, which I think there, so 99 and 45 is noted. Lap 1, car 45 will be investigated after the race, 74 and 28, no investigation necessary. So there, and then 74 and 7 and 28 is noted. So there's a few things that are going to be noted, and possibly a few penalties that are going to be handed out. A few side-by-side actions there, but Freddie Slater, meanwhile, just pulled away. And you can see the big contacts there with Enzo Zaligny and Evan Gilter. Evan Gilter ended up off the road. Enzo Zaligny gained the advantage. But apart from that, it was smooth sailing for people like Freddie Slater, and it was all rightly smooth sailing for Matteo De Paulo, who was being chased down by Taito Kato that whole race, but was not able to fend off. Yeah, well, was able to fend off here today. And the podium celebrations start, and so deservingly. So deservingly indeed. Those celebrations will start. And I've just got the notification that the Euro Formula Open Race 1, that pit lane is open now. So that race will get underway in a few minutes' time. But what a race from Freddie Slater. Let's celebrate down the podium.
And early starts as well. The drivers now have a bit of time to enjoy the rest of the racing. We've got E4 Championship action here this weekend as well. Make sure you tune in for that. It's their first round, so some really great entries in this weekend. I'm looking forward to watching that. They're on later today for their race. Their race one's at 4:35, so make sure you tune in for that. Okay, Taito Kato out onto the podium. A return to him. He's such a happy character, and so good to see him back out there. He really deserved that one. Well done, Taito Kato. Really settled into this, isn't he? He's done a great job. Matteo De Paulo, 6 podiums for him now. Likewise for Slater, 4 of those to the very top step. A dominant display by the British driver. And for Prema Racing, who have taken some real great drivers to the top step here. And we've got Dion Gauda, our rookie winner, as well, who was P16. So Prema Racing. The team's winners, Dion Gauda, that's yet another rookie win for him now, and that will be rookie win number 7 for Dion Gauda. He is really racking those up. The record set by Martini Stenchel is 13. Dion Gauda looking like he could go and challenge that. A home podium for ART, and Taito back to where he won the French F4 title. That will go down very well. De Paulo, just super consistent, I think, is the way to sum up his season so far. He's never been out of the points. He's got a worse result of P6. And Freddie Slater, next along, when he does finish, he's always in the top 5. 2 unfortunate DNFs, but otherwise, always in the top 5. And that's why those two are so close in the championship. Just a matter of 3 points between them. And we have another rookie win for Dion Gauda. Okay, here comes the anthem.
British anthem. L'hymne britannique.
Freddie Slater, the winner of race 1, round 5 in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Pictures on the podium. That is all for the first day. Join us again tomorrow where we do it all again. We'll be qualifying from 8 in the morning. For now, it's goodbye.
Indeed, goodbye. But I will be live a bit later on. By the time this is probably uploaded, we'll be live a bit later on for Italian F4. I'll probably actually record Italian F4 race 1 and then I'll stream race 2 and qualifying and all that sort of stuff for Formula Regional European Championship Alpine. But that is it for today. I'm going to roll the outro and I'll catch you guys in the next video. But there's plenty of content still to come. But that is it for the Formula Regional European Championship Alpine. We'll be back tomorrow from 4 PM local time for qualifying. See you then. Bye-bye.